guys, what's up? Abomination9 here. We left off, we covered more defenses for Tekkit and also the infinite cobble generator slash collector. Now we're going to go more red power stuff. And this time it's something I think is really freaking cool. I spent all morning building it. Last night I spent making the prototype, and now from about 4, I think, from about 4 o'clock till 8. So about 4 hours I spent perfecting this. Well, not really perfecting it, but getting it just right. So you might come over here and ask yourself, like, okay, is this it? Well, yeah, this is it. And you'd probably be like, okay, Abomination9, this is just a stupid box. Well, this is not just a stupid box. This, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, is an elevator. Yes, a actual elevator. Now here we have, well, I'll go over how it works, but I'm just going to press a button, and it should work. There we go, we're already moving down. As you can see, it is literally an elevator. This entire box is in fact moving downwards, going very slowly, because I have it set to move every 2.5 seconds, I believe. So this goes down to about, I think, 30 something on the what is that, Z or Y? I don't really remember which one is what, but it goes around 30 something on one of the axes. I forgot which axis that is. I think it's Y, but I'm not sure. So yeah, it's going to be a somewhat long ride going down. It's not going to take forever. I mean, we're only going down 30 blocks or so. I think it goes down 31 to 32, about 32 blocks down, roughly. So we have a couple, not a couple, but a few more blocks to go. But yeah, this is powered by red power items that I will get into after we get down to the bottom. And I just think this is freaking cool. I spent, like I said, 4 hours getting this correct. It didn't take me that long to actually build this and get it running, because I already had it perfectly running first try. It's just probably the crafting a few things, I guess. Took a few seconds of that time. Probably took like an hour, and the other 3 hours was me wiring it. Alright, now we're back. We're at the bottom. Now once you get to the bottom, you have to flip this switch, wait a couple seconds, and then flip it back up, and then that'll reset it, and then you can go back up. But yeah, as you can see, we're at elevator. We went down. There's not much to go to. I walled this part off. I didn't realize that, but let me just fix this. So I'm just gonna punch all this out. So this goes to a ravine, but I had this walled off because of the circuit room that is next to me right now. So this goes into a ravine. As you can see here, we are now in a ravine, which I do not know why it looks like it's been blown up with TNT, but that's weird. But yeah, that's the elevator. I will now be jumping onto a single player map to show you the prototype, and then I will jump back into this world to show you the finished product. So yeah. Alright guys, we're here in my elevator test world. As you can see, we're in the 156 nuclear bomb site. But yeah, this is where I built the prototype at. Now this is run by Redpower, if you did not hear me the last 50 times. This here is a frame motor, and this is also a frame motor, and these are what make this here move. These are frames, as the frame motor implies, which these move the frames. Now you require a electrical source and then a redstone source, so which is also red power stuff. So this here is cobblestone jacketed blue wire. You can use whatever kind of jacketed blue wire you want. I just use cobblestone here just for whatever reason that was, and I guess you could just use this wire too, but I'm just using jacketed This here is a battery box. This holds the energy. This is a buttload of solar panels powering this, which is just completely full. And this power gets sent into the frame motors, and when the frame motors are actually turned on, that's when it uses electricity. I don't think it uses any when it's not on. Now here is the actual setup here, the circuits. Poorly designed prehistoric circuit we have going on here. But I'm pretty sure people who know how to work redstone are probably like, wow, this is disgusting. But you can kiss my butt, because I don't. This is like my first time actually heavily getting into like a circuit of redstone, other than a clock. But yeah, okay, here is where it starts. This is where the power starts. You press this button, like on the server. It goes through here. This comes here, splits into 3 ways. It doesn't go this way because it's just a repeater just blocking this. This is split into 3 ways. This forward to the left, and then to the left, and then to the right. Now this here is a switch. I think it's a toggle latch, I think. So, but I think people just call it a switch or whatever. So when this is powered, it switches to the other side, and on either side, I think here, it will switch to the other side. So currently it is switched to this side, which is just its normal. And this, if you have not seen the other videos, is a timer, which when powered will not tick, but when it is unpowered, it will spin around, hitting this, sending a signal out every time it hits that dot. And this here is a counter, which will count to whatever time you set it to, and once it gets to its end time, it will send a signal to this part, or whatever side you have it set to ticking. So currently it's set over here to send power that way, because there's no wire here, because there's not supposed to be any wire here. And you want it to tick over here to this side. Now, this is pretty much a like over glorified circuit. Like it's really like completely more complicated than it needs to be, but this is just how it is. So this ticks here, and when this hits this dot, the signal is sent through this wire, which goes into the motor, which tells it to move. And then this right energy source comes around here, is slowed down, and then comes back into the switch to switch it back to here to turn this timer off to stop counting here, so this counter can be reset from that side over there, which we'll get to. Now this third and last source gets sent through these repeaters to slow it down, comes around here, is then split in 2 sides, goes to those repeaters, hits this switch to turn it to this side to power this timer, which comes back over here. It resets this counter back to its original state, so it can continue then be reset over here to send the power back, and then it'll be reset, and then the power can be reset over here, back and forth like that. And these repeaters here are set to turn this switch off when this timer is done counting, resetting that counter back. Then also this wires come up here, which is sent through a repeater to slow it down just a little bit. And then the wire comes over here to a XOR gate, XOR gate, and then that is sent through here and then is redirected this way, and this repeater is here to stop this from going that way and stop it from going that way. Just in case it somehow gets this way, it won't go that way. And then that goes this way, and then the sequence is repeated. Now this XOR gate, how this works is if 2 redstone signal is sent through it at once, it won't allow power to go out this way. But if one signal goes in, well, then it'll allow it to go forward, which is what this is for. This sends power into the XOR gate from 2 sources, which deactivates this, which is how you turn the whole thing off. Now, as you can see, I have this set to where I don't have to build 2 of these circuits because I didn't feel like doing it, so what I just do is just be ghetto and break this piece off and then switch between what motor I want to be using. So now I have it set to the top. That should push it back, I believe. Now I'm going to push this button. The signal is coming over there. It hit that. As you can see, it moved. Now it reset. It's reset. Now it's reticking. Hit it, moves the frame. Now it's being reset. Now it's being counted again. Hits the signal, frame is moved. Now it's hit as far as it can go, so it won't go anymore. And that's what this for. As you can see, when the signal hits here, it goes through there and then is allowed back that way. When the signal is carried back around here, we'll watch again. See, and now it's carried back that way. Now, when I flip the switch, it will send two signals through here. As you can see, nothing is coming through here now that I've switched that switch, which is how you turn this off. And then you do the same thing for the other side. I push this. It goes through, it works. Or maybe it doesn't, because I actually don't have it plugged in. My bad. I forgot to plug it in. Which one is it? That goes forward. I think it's the top one, isn't it? Crap. It is that one, yeah. So, hit and do that. There we go. There we go. So you can see here, it goes to a course, comes around. It is ticked. Counter is ticked. It's reset. Counter is ticked again. Moves forward, and so on and so on. And then you just do the same thing. Flip the switch. Wait a while. This one takes longer than the other one because I have it set to a much longer time. And then now it's off, and you can reset it again. Now, these frames attach to anything that's touching them, and if they are touching something that can't be moved, well then they won't move. So if it's attached to bedrock, it won't. I mean, yeah, bedrock it won't move. Now this, as you can see here, this is a cover. This, what I have in my hand, are covers. These are also Redpower. You can just place them over anything, make fancy stuff. We saw some of this kind of cutting work in the last video, but for frames, they actually have a purpose as well. You place it on the side here, as you can see, and it gets put inside the frame. And then after you do that, anything on that side is then no longer counted anymore. So this here will no longer attach to anything, so it can be pushed up against something, and then will no longer accept that as a block. And that's why this is here too. So when it hits this, it no longer accepts. It does not accept this as a block, and thus will just move as if there's nothing there. But since this is blocking it, it won't move. But I just think it won't connect to this, because anything attached to that will then become part of the frame. So if I do this, this now is attached to that, and it will be moved unless I had frames here or covers there. Then now this no longer is attached to that. There is no longer part of the frame. So yeah, that's how that works. I will be moving on to the setup of the finished product on my server, which is probably not completely finished. I might try to make it better, but yeah. Alright guys, we're back in my server. As you can see, we're at the bottom of the elevator. I need to change the time of day, even though it doesn't make a difference. I don't like it being nighttime on the server. Yeah, now we're here. Now we will see behind here is the circuitry of the new section. Now, this is now the existing circuit. It's much smaller, takes up less space. I could probably make it take up even half of the space it does now in this room, but I just chose not to. Now, this whole thing isn't the circuit. This side is for, what's the side for? This is for going up, or going, this is the side that tells it to go down, this is the side that tells it to go up, I believe. Now, same concept. Here is the power source. This is sent up to above ground. This sent through here, comes here, is then sent through 3 sides, so it goes forward into the switch to unlock the timer, to then count. The counter is set to 3 here. This is set to 1/4 of a second. This is then routed back that way, as well as sent through repeaters to reset the switch, and then these repeaters are sent here. Goes over here, is then split into 2. These repeaters go this way. This switches this switch. This timer goes over here to reset this switch. reset this counter, and then these repeaters come over here and turn this switch off, as well as then that signal is also carried back around here through a repeater to slow it down just a little bit, and then comes through a XOR lat or XOR gate, like I said before, through one side, and then repeats the signal over and over again every 2.5 seconds. Because this is it every 3 seconds, I guess, because this is into 3. Every 3 seconds it will move up or down. I could probably easily change it to be faster than that, but I don't really feel like doing it after already getting this the way I want it for 4 hours. Maybe I'll change it to tomorrow, but I don't know. This is the lever switch. Why is it? The frame's getting like stuck. But this is the power off. Now, same thing. It goes through these two sides, goes into here, then deactivates this, which this is much more quicker because it's such a small circuit that once you flip the switch, within a few seconds it will be turned off, whereas the other one has so many repeaters slowing things down that it might take a while for the switch to actually completely turn off the whole system. And that is repeated on both sides. There's some reason this this counter, it acts weird, and I actually had to use this side to power it instead of that side, but it's pretty much the same thing. And there you go. That is the elevator. We'll take one more trip up. Yeah, we'll take one more trip up to the surface, and I will end the video there. Now, I don't know what I'm going to talk about in the next video because this took me a while to do. I don't know what else. Well, I kind of want to build a house. Like, if you did not notice, what the heck? Am I stuck? I was like stuck in the ground. If you did not notice, I changed the name of my used to be house to work shed because I don't really want that to be my house, and I want to make like a legit kind of not public, but generic house around the this area that we're at. So if you look on the mini map, close to that ravine, where you see me, the ravine, and then my work shed, it should be somewhere around here. I want to build like a regular looking house to actually have around here. I don't know. I might just start building like massive things like I did in my regular server because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do right now. I might check into more Redpower stuff because oh yeah, there's also like Industrial Craft. I think it's Industrial Craft has like planting and stuff, which I haven't even gotten to. There's so much stuff that I haven't gotten into with this Tekkit. I've only gone over like half the crap in Tekkit. There's like Industrial Craft has like flower making or something where you can breed flowers with each other and make crossbreeds and things like that, and just there's such things as weeds and I guess pesticide or weed killer and all this other crap, and it's just really crazy, all the stuff I haven't gone over. Also, these are the solar panels that power the frame motors. They just go down underground into a battery box to power that. Also, I have quantum armor now, which I just barely made earlier. Maybe I'll go over that in the next episode. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this episode. We've gone over the elevator. You've seen it in action. It is awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Tune into the next episode. So yeah, like, share, comment. You know what to do. See ya.